Momra. So, more Thundercats.
Where did we leave off?
You were going on about the villains. You were the Lunatics.
Oh, the Lunatics, yes. The good old Lunatics. Now you don't remember them.
Vaguely.
They're
So
awesome.
I was saying, like they. Let's see here, because we had
Yeah, their leader.
there was Princess Luna.
Yeah, and her mom had been defeated by Mamrana, I think. And she was Queen Luna, and she was normal size.
Oh, there was Luna, then Queen Luna.
Yeah, Queen Luna is her mother.
Yeah. Queen Luna looks very like let's say like legit looks like a straight up demon. And I feel like this is like did they steal a little bit from Sailor Moon a little bit on this one? And then you had Tugmug, your favorite.
My favorite, yep.
You had Red Eyes. I vaguely remember some of them. Because for Red Eyes, I remember Red Eyes vaguely. Then you had Chilla.
Yeah. Three guesses what her power was.
Fire. It was a female. Alluro. Who, now, Alluro looks very familiar to me. More because he looks similar. There's a similar design from a show called Chaotic. I'm pretty sure you remember Chaotic. It was on 4Kids, right?
Vaguely.
Yeah, there was a creature on there that's very familiar to that one. Then Amok, who was, I guess,
it was the big thing that Luna rode around on.
Yeah.
Which was like a big guy that walked around on fours.
Yeah.
Had like horns on his head, and he didn't speak.
So let's see. The Lunatics were a group of alien raiders that came from Plundar's moons when they came to the Third Earth. They tried to overthrow Mumra, but he defeated them and encased them in molten lava in the forbidden territories of the Dark Side. After Mumra's near defeat at Fire Rock and 3 new Thundercats, Bengali, Linkso, and Pumra. Pumira. Yeah. Pumira was the betrayed Lion-O in the new Thundercats.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, over the horizon he had Mahmut pose as him.
Mahmut, yeah. You know what? Mahmut's my favorite character.
Mahmut.
Where would Mumra be without his loyal dog?
That everybody banks off of, where he names parks after them. Hold on a second. I think that was our governor. Because, even, for instance, even for Mumra, he's the bad guy, but as you were saying, he is actually kind of the hero at the same point.
Well, it's like, really, was Mumra doing anything bad? He wasn't terrorizing the Burbles or the Robo Burbles.
95% of the time, he just slept.
The mutants were doing their own thing.
Well, the mutants came. Did they come from Third Earth, or did they?
They came from Plundar.
Yeah.
Which was near Thundera. But the Thundercats show up and wake Mumra up, and they're like, you can just stop being a dick, Mumra. And Mumra's like, how am I being a dick?
You invaded my home. Because,
seriously, though, if they had such a problem with Mumra and how he was doing things, go to the other side of the planet where Mumrana is, and I'll hug a rainbow under her white pyramid and the ancient forces of good.
Okay, so you have the main canon, and here's the secondary canon. So, according to the first chapter of Wildstorm's comic Thundercats Origins, Heroes and Villains, Mum-Ra's origin is set in ancient Egypt.
Actual Earth?
Well, isn't Third Earth supposed to be like a parallel Earth?
No.
In ancient Egypt, he was once Wakana, a member of the Pharaoh's council and his most loyal of vizier. In this chapter, it shows Waka's pet dog, Ma-Tep, the future Marmot. The friendship made with the pharaoh was so close and enduring that the sovereign actually considered him a part of his family. That's so nice of Mum-Ra. To think, Mum-Ra was so awesome, he became the family. However, Waka's real aim was to throw the royal power of the pharaohs into the coup d'etat and become ruler of the land.
Coup d'etat.
Whatever.
That word is coup.
I did say coup.
You said coup.
I said coup d'etat.
It's a French term. Coup d'etat.
So, to achieve his goal, he invoked the presence of ancient spirits of evil for the first time by using the 4 magical ruins, each representing one of the 4 evil beings. The ancient spirits agreed to help him. Waka was invested with evil powers, becoming an immortal sorcerer and demon priest in their service, while his entire body, basically mutated into this cavernous gray form. Finally, a new form was given to him, Mum-Ra. Knowing about this betrayal, the pharaoh immediately faced the monstrous and grotesque being. Trusting his newfound powers, Mum-Ra ordered the pharaoh to bow down and proclaim himself the new master of the realm. Nonetheless, the pharaoh's son confronted him and quickly managed to outmaneuver Mum-Ra in battle, defeating him.
See, I don't care about Mum-Ra's origins. I really don't. It's like he's there and he's evil, and they do battle with him. I don't need more. There's some bad guys I don't need the origin of, like Cobra Commander. The comic book origin is kind of
He was according to the movie, he was part snake.
Oh, that's the comic book origin, or at least his retelling of the origin, because it's like they tell it, and then you're like, I don't know if this is true, and the
kind of like the Joker's origin.
Could be not. We don't know, but like he's a down on his luck used car salesman who then starts a political movement, kind of just railing against the government, and it surprisingly starts to really catch on. And he kind of forms this cult around this movement. And you're like, okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Then the cartoon happened, and I know we might just turn this into a G.I. Joe episode of Cartoonami, because in the cartoon, you find out that people just evolved. People that had evolved from snakes, had ruled the world.
We'll just make this episode about the villains of the '80s.
But the Ice Age drove them into seclusion because they're snakes. Again, Ice Age bad. He was a brilliant scientist who scarred himself or mutated himself accidentally during an accident. And he grew a bunch of eyes and stuff. And then the leader of the city, and the city has the most marvelous name ever, Cobra-La.
I remember.
And the battle cry for people at Cobra-La. Cobra-La.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then so the leader was Globulus. It was this giant
snake being.
Snake man. He had a snake.
It was a
waist
naga.
Down,
He was a naga.
and then a human from the waist up. Sent him out to reconquer the world for the people of Cobra-La. And Cobra Commander kind of like lost his way and decided to just do it for himself. and to get things back on track, Globulus subliminally sent out messages to Dr. Mindbender to create Serpentor, the Cobra Emperor, who I loathe with a passion. Even as a kid, I hated Serpentor. In the course of the movie, as his punishment, Cobra Commander gets completely turned into a snake.
Yeah, I remember. And like which Joe was he with? That was
with
blinded.
Roadblock. Roadblock was blinded while trying to escape Cobra Law, and so Cobra Commander coiled himself around Roadblock and acted as his eyes. And I don't remember how. The next season of the cartoon, Cobra Commander is able to come back as a regular guy.
He's a scientist.
So terrible. Oh. And I can remember, like, before I was aware of that movie, because the movie came out when I was like maybe 1 or 2. Before I was aware of the movie, before I saw it, they aired it one Saturday morning, the mystery of Cobra Commander was the biggest appeal about Cobra Commander. Like, who was this guy? What's under that mask? And I can remember Hasbro came out with a line of G.I. Joes based on G.I. Joe Real American Hero, like the big 12-inch guys, not the little tiny ones.
Yeah.
And that you could change their clothes and everything, just like the normal
like the original G.I. Joes.
I begged for the Cobra Commander one, because on the commercial, you could take his hood off. And it was like, they would see the kid take his hood off, and it would cut away right before you got to see what was under the mask. And I was like, please, I don't want anything else for the rest of the year. I just want to see, I want this Cobra Commander doll for Christmas. And I got it. And
he's faceless, wasn't he?
It's even worse. I open up the present. Cobra Commander! Rip open that box. Pull him out. Mind you, this is, like 1994 or 5. So it's covered in twisty ties and everything. I about break the toy and just rip it out of the package. Take his hood off. And he's wearing a mask underneath. It's a regular head that molded into it is like a red bandana made of snakeskin. I have never been so disappointed in my life.
True 80s villainy right there.
To take off the mask. And he's wearing a mask. I was so dejected.
And I lost faith in G.I. Joe from there on out. Since we're doing 80s cartoon villains, then let's go on to Megatron and Skeletor.
Megatron.
So I didn't watch a lot of Transformers.
I didn't watch
we're
that
talking
much
Gen 1
because G.I. Joe, at least where I live, G.I. Joe and Transformers were on the same hour.
Yeah,
on different channels. G.I. Joe won 9 times out of 10. Because I was a G.I. Joe fanatic.
Yeah.
So every now and then, if it was like a repeat of an episode or an episode I didn't like, okay, fine, I'll watch Transformers.
Yeah.
So it's like, I watched a good bit of Transformers, but not anywhere near as much as.
Well, if we'll just stick on Megatron for a few minutes. Like, now, which Megatron, of the Transformers, did you watch the most besides Beast Wars?
Beast Wars Megatron. He was the most fun. And you could never beat him. He's the only Megatron that never lost. Because even when he lost at the end of Beast Wars, he just, hopped through time and went to Cybertron and changed everything.
Yeah, because that's when we got Beast Machines.
Yeah. He even made Rhinox one of the bad guys.
And Rhinox wanted to stay the bad guys.
Yes!
Which is completely insane.
I was so pissed off when you finally find out that one bad guy, Megatron's main lieutenant, is Rhinox.